This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. I hope you guys are doing well. This is my Thursday night live, and I will be doing some updates on my 5-gallon bucket challenge, some updates from uh, the finds at the flea market from the Washoe County Flea Market over the last weekend, in case anybody missed it on Tuesday. Also, going to be followed up by some open chat afterwards. I really hope you guys are doing well. I'm hoping to get this figured out a little bit better. I'm having size issues with my chat here, so I have to stretch things out just a titch. Okay, that should be better. There we go. Please forgive me if you see me chewing on something. It's because I just ate my supper. I'm still turning on lights and stuff because I have not lit up anything as of yet, which I'm getting ready to do. And I'm going to be using one of my favorite tools for turning off the overhead. My cane. Now, for those people who are interested, there is a link to the chat up here. If you want to come up and join me up here, you're more than welcome to. We are going to discuss the vegetables that I have harvested, some of the ones that I'm getting ready to harvest, some additions that I have made as of today, and things like that. So, whoever's here, thank you for coming. I really appreciate you. I can see you right there. Yeah, welcome. This is I do have some updates on what I've planted so far, some things I've transplanted today, and some other things. So say hi. Don't forget to click that link and join in on the chat. Like I said, I will, if you see me drinking and eating, because I just literally, my supper got ready right as my live was getting ready to start. So I got my milk. I know I normally have coffee, but this is what I have. My wife made a really good breakfast casserole, so I am going to have to eat that. Now, we have some updates on my potato, my tomatoes, and the pepper so far. I am waiting to hear if there's anybody in the chat to say hi. So please, I see 2 of you up here now. Like I said, the link is active right there. And like it says, please like, share, and subscribe. We will give you some updates on the 5-gallon bucket challenge, some updates on the finds from over the weekend, as well as some new additions that I acquired through the mail. So for that, I did an unboxing on Tuesday. For those people who did not make it on Tuesday. Now, that being said, hello, this is Colin. I hope you guys are doing well. Please say hi. Whatever you want to know, let me know, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. And I will be mowing on this delicious breakfast casserole. Now, I even have some updates on my knee situation, but that's a different knee, not the same knee. So if you guys want to know, ask. Just to let you guys know, this is the first time I've actually had my laptop open since last night. So it's been sitting in here, charging up, just sitting here for no reason whatsoever. And Jenny and Ian are doing their own thing. Ian's in his room, obviously. Jenny's watching a movie in the living room. And Mac is being Mac. Of the vegetables that I have planted, I have harvested the first of my tomatoes as of Sunday. That'd be on my last video that I did, my last short. It is. Oh, hey, Rob, how you doing, brother? How's things in merry old England, as the saying goes, or however you choose to say it. I did acquire some MREs, brother, that you might be, want to see what the contents are. If you haven't watched my video on my live on Tuesday, I've got some really cool stuff. Ian got even more cool stuff, so you got to talk to him. I did acquire one new item from him that's over here, which I'll show off if anybody's interested. Um, I got some. Ian and I discovered a military surplus vendor at the flea market over the weekend. His name is John. I've got his contact information here on my phone, and I will bring that up here in a second if you guys are interested in seeing what he's got. He is on Etsy, so you might be able to catch some of his gear if you're interested. He hasn't got a a huge collection of stuff, personal stuff, but he does have a lot of stuff for sale as well. He does collect World War II memorabilia, and Ian actually found a Vietnam era specialist shirt, dress shirt, for only $5. This thing was in pristine condition. We're talking, it still had the name and his that was digitally printed on the inside of his collar. You can tell who it belonged to, that kind of thing, and it was just amazing. And I haven't seen a uniform that crisp since I was in when I was working in the Air Force, and this one was Army, which is really weird. So that being said, a Vietnam era military uniform, Army uniform that's from the office, and it looked like it was brand new. Wow, you don't see that very often. Looks like I lost somebody. Oh, that is what it is. Now, that being said, I do have some new items that I acquired. I have 6 MREs that I acquired, but only 5 of them I found out I could eat due to the fact that one of them was based in mushrooms. So that went to Ian. Ian and Jenny have been eating my accessories like crazy. Ian took all my Skittles because I don't eat Skittles. And Jenny got my vanilla pound cake. She couldn't have the lemon poppy seed one because she has an allergy to citrus. So that's that. I lost another person. What the hell? I do have a lot of accessories here that I literally got all of them into the waterproof bag that came with the MREs. I put all the accessories from all 6 MREs right here. I mean, I even got the jars of Tabasco. Now, I've got 2 of them to be in fact. So that's kind of cool. So I've got 2 of those. I've got a bunch of the gum, obviously. But there's and creamers and coffees and Bill's Brew. Man, I adore you there. Those were wondering, that's who the guy who did the coffee. And I also got one thing that's not of the ones for the Tabasco. This is just crushed red pepper. That's all it ever gives me. But I've got a lot of creamer, which I don't use creamer generally. My wife does, but I don't. And a lot of salt, which I generally don't use either. I am going to be keeping this as an accessory pack because a lot of this stuff is just good to have on hand because you never know what you're going to use, that kind of thing. Now, pepper wise, I have 3.1 peppers right now. Hey, Howie, how you doing, brother? Like you can make it. Thank you for making it. Hope you are doing well. I may have some questions for you about a raised garden bed I'm trying to put together. I've been working on it for the last couple hours, and I know what I see it in my head. I'm just want to make sure if I can get the logistics down, try to figure out how it's going to work. I don't know yet. I'm still working on that. because it's using those cement blocks that you can lock boards into and stack up. And I was thinking something like that, but waist high, since I can't kneel, and figure out a way to do a platform using like flooring style materials. And I would like to use it for the base of it, and underneath where the places where the people say it's going to be too heavy, because I'm using 12-foot 2x12s as the outer frame, and maybe 1x6s or something that are the tongue and groove kind of stuff go across the bottom. Then line it with the roofing plastic, that clear plastic stuff, stapled down to make sure it was basically waterproof, with the exception of the strategic holes I plan on drilling in these things for drainage. Then put a landscaping barrier on top of that, then put all the soil on top of that. Preferably when I get it run, it should be about 18 to 20 inches deep in soil. Hey, Gary, how you doing, brother? And hopefully, if it works out right with the pillars of the stacked blocks that are locked in place with rebar, with the exception of the corners, mind you, I may cut it in half and do two 6-foot ones, depending how long it is. And that way I could add half of them will be covered in a arch that I can put vegetables that have vines, like green beans, peas, cucumbers, those kind of things. No watermelons or pumpkins or gourds or anything like that, because I don't do that. Excuse me. Sorry. Now, I have the plan in my head. Now trying to get 89 degrees. I don't even know what the temperature was today, because I only got out just a little bit. It was very muggy today, though. I do know that. It says the high was 81 and our low was 66. Currently, it's 79. But if anybody has an idea on how to do the raised beds that are at least 4 feet tall or so, where I could use it, but I don't have to kneel, because I also want to make sure I leave space underneath there where I could use it for some kind of storage, for buckets, things like that, without interfering with the drainage from the garden beds, because we don't, I know it's going to rain, and I do not want the thing to become a big swamp holding water and stuff like that. So I am needing some ideas. I need some suggestions. And yeah, if you guys know what you're doing and I don't, let me know, because I plan on having 4 of these with a walkway where I can go all the way around each one. Well, hobble, mind you, with a cane. So I can tend to all my plants without having to kneel or anything like that, or even squat, because I can't squat. So that being said, I'm hoping that this idea that I have will be structurally sound enough for me to have carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, parsnips, onions. I'm not sure what the rest of it would be. Chives, things I would normally make and put into a stew. Now, everything but the meat, obviously. But that's the plan. Growing a stew garden, basically. I don't know if that's ever been done, but that's my plan. Potatoes will be done in buckets still, because that's just going to be the easiest way for me to do that, because I don't need huge freaking potatoes for that purpose. Now, I did do some upgrades to some of my buckets by adding some more soil and some extra fertilizer, Job's plant sticks that I had left for my clone. Now, that being said, I'm hoping that will allow it to produce more flowers, more tomatoes, because right now my two last and only two of the cluster of beefsteaks on this entire plant are starting to turn. They're turning red. So they're not quite there yet. A couple more days, and hopefully, well, I can try to save some seeds from those, for I could use them to replant those later on. But I'm also going to try to use that branch where that came from, and hopefully try to clone that one, because the rest of them are all Romas. Now, that I don't know if it's going to produce straight up Romas from now on or not, but I am going to try to hope that I can actually get some beefsteaks to produce, because I did not plant Romas. This is not a separate plant. This is the same plant producing two different kinds of fruit, both Romas, which is the one that wasn't being planted, because the seed I got this from was a beefsteak. Plain and simple. Got it from Walmart in the produce section. You know, those little 2-pack things. And it produced Romas. So I am going to wait and see how that turns out. So if someone can talk besides me, I would greatly appreciate it, because I need to finish eating, and I need some drink because my throat is a little dry. So bear with me here. So who's all here? I see that I saw Rob on the road. He said hi. I said hi back. Howie checked in. Gary, I saw you. I hope Nancy and you are doing okay. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm just saying hi to you guys. See who's going to show up, who's not going to show up, that kind of thing. So, hey. I am going to start being quiet here unless somebody starts talking here. I don't want to stare at you guys staring at me, because I'm losing followers here. I've had up to 6 people in here at one time. I have no idea where they went to. No, I don't want to go full on metal. And I don't know any welders currently. I mean, I know people who can weld, but I want to do with this the locking. Now, give me a second here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about here. I want to use something like this. I don't know. Because, I mean, I think this is going to work for me better than anything else, because what it doesn't show on this picture is the fact that there's a hole in the center of these that you can run a rebar through. As you can see, there's a hole right there, and you can run a rebar straight through, and you can stack them where they'll hold in place, and you can run boards in between there. And you put one on the bottom like that, then on the next board you flip it over and do the same thing, and put another one on top of that, and then do it up. So that's that's my idea. What do you guys think? Hey, Tyler, how you doing, brother? Glad you can make it. Now, like I said, with this design right here, I'm hoping that I could get this stacked up high enough where it'll be about waist level. And I'm going to use 2x12s. I was thinking about doing them straight up across one to the other, but I want to do some like an arbor over half of it. So I could do a combination of ground vegetables underneath and vine vegetables on the outside of that side. So I can do, like I said, green beans, peas, cucumbers, things like that that go over that. And I plan on having 4 of those, alternating which sides they're on so they don't block each other's light and stuff. And that way I can have different ones for different things. So that's my plan. I am waiting to hear some more information back from my SSDI so I can cover some bills to get things covered. But yeah, because we can officially get everything set in motion once my SSDI comes in, which has not done yet. So how's the things going for you, Tyler? I hope you guys are doing well. Like I said, I've got some stuff I picked up from the Watcher County Flea Market. Not as much as Ian did, mind you. I did pick up a couple things for myself, gardening tools. Got a couple of things there. Ian got a chainsaw, McCullough chainsaw. We also picked up a hoe and I guess edger. I think. So we'll be able to use that. Other things we picked up is a new tripod and stuff for the reenactment stuff. So that's always cool. And that's going to be going pretty good once we get that going. Man, I lost everybody. Wow. That was quick. I died so fast. I apologize, folks, for being boring. Now, I'm sure that there's probably somebody else online who's got more people up there right now, which I'm assuming it's going to be Big Matt because Big Matt runs about the same time as I do. And I do not know if he's on right this minute, but I know he should be coming in fairly hot shortly. Let me check here. Because usually he does a live on tonight too. So usually he's on later. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, he's going to be no, he's not on or anything. So I have no idea where everybody's at. Now, when we get, I have a plan designed in my head for my gardening stuff. I don't know if I can figure out logistically how things are going to go together 100% because one part is just confusing me like nobody's business because it's going to be interesting trying to figure out how to stack those cement blocks up in enough positions. So I'm going to have 4 in the corners, at least 2 in the middle, maybe 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. So that way the whole platform is stable at and level. But since my property is like slightly at an angle, it's going to be staggered. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Now, I can show you the property in question if you give me a second here. Wait, somebody just typed something. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How you doing, CR? Thank you for coming. Oh, please forgive my nose. Give me a second here. I got got get it my thing saved here. I'm trying to bring something up. I just can't remember. Now, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Give me a second here. The property in question. Now, this is just the overview, the front view, so bear with me here. The house that we're getting went too far. Is this one right here. Now, that's going to be the end part of the property. I will show you guys in a moment. We're not getting the cars, obviously. The property is much bigger than that, to be fair. I'm going to be doing something here. I have some more pictures that are a little bit more up to date than that, but give me a second here. Dang it, this thing's just messing me up. This is not working for me. Give me a second, folks. I am having issues with my computer, so it's really off market right now, which is really weird. It's not letting me see it. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull it up here. That way I can show you what I'm talking about. My computer is really messed up right now. And Jenny's doing some stuff in the living room, so it makes it harder for me to pull things up. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to pull things up and it's like not letting me do it. We got a lot of people. Jenny's watching movies in the other room, so it kind of interferes with my internet, unfortunately. But when I get that up, I'll let you guys. I'll show it to you. Now, if anybody wants to come up, the link is active. Please feel free. Um, anybody has any questions? Dang it! It's got to get. All my images are missing. No, it won't let me. Yeah, that one right there is it's just so hard because they took it off the market. I can't really do much. Because we were trying to buy it, so that's why it's off the market. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. I know some things. I know. I know how to. I know design. I have built stuff for myself, Gary. It's just that I'm physically restricted on what I can physically do, weight wise. I mean, I've got a 15-pound weight limit, and I'm going to be being seen about my right knee coming up soon. So that's another of the updates that's going on. That my right knee might need surgery. So that's going to be a bright day for me, isn't it? Which doesn't make it makes things a lot more interesting. But I can figure things out. I have an idea. I can see it in my head, but just this one part is just not clicking. If anybody has done raised beds off the ground, that is not from a kit, doesn't require welding, does not require screwing anything together. This is all going to be dry fitted, but pinned. The blocks will be pinned in place with rebar. And I'm planning on doing a solid wood floor base on the bottom with up to this between two by 12s. And the base of it's going to be about waist height. So basically a little bit about chest height is the top where I can still reach in, do the vegetables, that kind of thing, without being too tall. I'm only 5'8", so there's only so much I can do. But it'd also be sturdy enough that if I need to lean against it because of my leg, I can do that, do the vegetables use both hands, maybe a place for hanging my cane where I could while I'm leaning over so I can maintain everything. So that's my I know that would be so cool. Now I have an idea though. I'm not sure if it's going to work yet. It depends on the width of the whole thing. A 4x, I guess 4x6 or 4x8, depending on how long a 2x12 normally is. If I cut it in half, I could figure it out from there. I want to use a lot of those for the border outside, and I want to at least go too high, so about 24 inches. But that top of that 24 inches is not going to go up to my armpit size, but I want to go about right below my rib, above my rib cage and stuff, so I can still reach in there, do the things I need to do with my vegetables, weed them, whatever I need to do, and maintain them without having to kneel or squat or anything like that. And I've got an idea about it, but I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of the cement blocks, things that allow me to interlock them like that. So the boards will come down into the cement block like this, lock in place. Take the next one, flip it upside down. It'll lock in place on the top. Place another little block on the reverse side, so the two flat ends meet up together like that. Then I run a piece of rebar down through to hold everything in place, so it pins it together. Tongue and groove will be the base, the flooring part, but not the walls, the outer part there, CR. I already knew about the tongue and groove part. I had that figured out. But how to secure the tongue and groove in place lengthwise. Okay, I know side by side they'll lock in to give me one big sheet, basically, one big board, interlocking board. But where the 2x12s, the blocks and everything reach the edges of the whole thing to allow me to put the dirt and stuff in there, my plants and stuff, without having it flowing straight through. I got to figure out a way to secure that without doing a lot of nails, screws, or anything like that. There is a way, I have a feeling, that I can do. It's not there yet. I do know that the blocks that I was showing you earlier, the locking blocks, there is, I don't have to put them all the way across. I can do like a little bit on one side, a little bit on the other, leaving that center part open so I can run rebar through to pin it to the ground. So I can go from the top to the bottom into the ground, holding it in place for it would not move. Now, the reason I want it off the ground and it's not cemented in place is because I want it, if it needs to be moved at any point in time in the future, we could just unpin it and reverse engineer it and tear it down without leaving a lot of debris like broken cement and all that stuff. So that's my plan. Now, how well that's going to work, I don't know. I'm not using a picnic table because I want to be able to, I had plant, oh God, I'm trying to explain. I don't want to cement the blocks to the ground. I don't want to screw anything in place because if I need to reuse the boards for something else down the line, these are going to be treated wood from Lowe's. Is going to be most likely the best place for me to go because they have the best discount. For veterans, they're also the closest to the location of where our house is going to be. So our backyard is the best. The thing that's going to be the most frustrating part, besides figuring that part out, because I got to do it. If I can figure it out once, I can do it. I got to do it 3 more times to copy and make it into a little giant rectangular with a open part where I can walk through. Is that the grade of the backyard starts up like up this high and it works its way down like that at a grady. So I got to go stair step it down, but keep the beds level at the same time. Now, that being said, is going to be a nightmare as I see it now because I don't know the grade off the top of my head because I never measured it. I just looked at it and I go, oh, wow, this is going to be fun. But I can stair step it and figure it out that way. But it's going to be interesting nonetheless. Though the stakes are going to be used for the rebar to hold it in place. Well, thank you, Farmer, for coming. I really appreciate it. Nope. No water slide. I can't do that kind of thing. Now, if I want to see the lake, I can just go down to the beach on the lake from where we're living. It's literally less than a quarter mile. No, the lake, not the beach. And I don't have the knees for a slip inside anyway, which is why I got to do the raised beds high enough where I can take care of everything. Oh, no zip lines either. Still have the same issue. My knees won't handle it. the nerve damage from my knee surgery prevent that from happening. And this is going to be my homestead, so I'm going to do the best I can to provide for my family and make sure that we are secure on where we know where our food's coming from, that kind of thing. It's not no corn. My wife can't eat corn, but we do have tomatoes. We're going to have potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, uh, onions, parsnips, green beans, cucumbers, uh, maybe some chives. I wish I had room for corn. I do, but the property's not that big. It's very limited on that kind of stuff. But I will try to make use of much of the land as I can. And it is on a major animal corridor from the state park, so we'll be able to go hunting. So watermelons is a possibility along the fence line, but not in the boxes themselves. But my wife kind of likes the idea of musk melons and stuff like that, cantaloupe. She loves those, so that's a possibility. But you're not. It's a good idea though, because I was even thinking about adding some vine vegetables that go along the fence. But the only problem is with I would have with that is that since we are in a major animal corridor, we would have to worry about a lot of deer and other animals. Oh, glad to hear it there, CR. Which type of tomatoes did you end up planting? I'm kind of curious because I'm like I said, mine are a little bit of everything because my seeds were from a Walmart tomato from the produce section, and for some reason, the original seeds are over 2 years old. So the plant is 2 years old. It's flowers this freaking big still, and the clone of that I planted earlier this year is producing Romas and beefsteak tomatoes at the same time. I don't know how. I don't know why. It just is. So, and I have harvested the first of the beefsteaks. I only had 3 of them, maybe 4, but that's it so far. I do have potatoes. We have russet potatoes. They are grown from the 5-gallon bags of potatoes, russet potatoes you get from Walmart. You know, where you let some grow and they start growing eyes and stuff. My son planted one back in, say, early April, I think. And I planted mine in May. And his is almost ready to be planted, not quite there yet. Not the state where Cliff's is in his today's video for Fox It Outdoors. And but we're getting closer. Still got some green stems. There's 6 green stems left. Still trying to do something. I don't know what yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. Mine, which I planted on the 17th of May, is still vibrant and green and everything else. I did add some more soil to it today. So hopefully that extra little boost of soil will help it produce something else. I don't know, but it looks like it's getting ready to go. Now, what are you planting there, farmer? If anything, I mean, it doesn't have to be much. I mean, I transplanted my wife's aloe vera plant today from a coffee cup, which we picked it up at the farmer's market a couple weeks ago. That's in a coffee cup, of all things, and we've been trying forever to get this property, but we now are getting into the final stages where we can acquire everything. and the VA has been helping us, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know about sell it, but grow it, grow it, and eat it is a definite thing. Because we're only going to grow what we're going to eat, because we're not going to grow it. If we have anything extra that we could share, great, or take it down to the farmers market, possibly. That's an option. Um, Now, where we're moving to will not. I don't know what if there's a farmers market directly there, but I do know that my county, it does have a county farmers market that happens every Tuesday. So my son and I have been down there. My wife and I have been down there. It is very nice, very awesome people. Hey, ground fog. Now, our property is not very big, less than half an acre, but it does classify the whole place as a homestead, given where it's at and everything else. It does have most of it is in trees, so that's always a good thing too, because we do know that it gets deer, squirrels, and rabbits in that little area, because it's so close to. It's the only closest wooded area next to the state park, and because of that, we could hunt basically right out the back front door of our house, and mostly small game. We can't use firearms because of the our neighbor situation, but bows are allowed, which is really nice. And if we want to go fishing, it's only a quarter mile from the house, which is a major bonus. So we'd have a place to grow food, we'd have a place to acquire food, both at the lake and in the woods. Oh, I could go to a gun range. There is, I don't know where the closest one is to the property, um, but I know where there's a few gun ranges. But I don't need, I'm a bow guy mostly, if you didn't know. I taught traditional bow hunting or traditional bear bow archery for over, say, 30 years. And yeah, I bow hunt. And literally, I can count one, two, three. Let's see. I think I got more over here somewhere. Probably about six bows within reach distance for me right now. Oh yeah, I do want to go bow fishing. I got the setup for it right there. That's one thing I haven't done. I do fish, but not. I'm not good at it. I don't call myself a fisherman, but I want to do bow fishing. Now, not that one sounds like fun. I just have to find the opportunity to do so. Yep, exactly. CR. Now, CR doesn't shoot, but I do longbows and recurves. Farmer. Now, if you're into compounds, more power to you. Do what you like. With that when it comes to bows. If that's what you like, compounds, use compounds. If you like crossbows, use crossbows, as long as it's legal for you to do so, obviously. Um, because, you know, poaching doesn't help anybody. Trust me. I've run into some poachers stuff before. It's not pretty, but it's a lot of fun hunting with your family and putting food on the table and that kind of thing. I've done it several times. My son has done it. Now, doesn't mean we're against firearms, but just that our preference is bows because it's cheaper, yet the ammo is reusable, and it's quiet. But except for bow fishing, that's a whole different ballgame. And I'm waiting on the opportunity to go make it up to a place where I can go, because I can't walk very well, unfortunately, with my knee being out. I have to use a cane in order to walk. But do you have another name we can call you besides Farmer? And if you're growing what I think you're growing, no, hey, I understand the uses of it because my mom had to use it for her cancer. So if that should tell you anything. Dab, okay, Dab, that's nothing wrong with that. I'm Colin. We got CR, G2, otherwise known as Gary. We got Rob on the Road, Ground Fog, and Howie, which is Food Forest. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to put your 2 cents worth in. Do you have any tech? Thank you for that, because too many people do that illegally. But my mom died of cancer. My older sister had breast cancer. I've lost several family members because of this stuff, and because of the chemotherapy and everything else, it was medically required that she could use it in order to ease her symptoms. But it didn't become legal for medical use until after she died, unfortunately. That was a very, very long time ago. Probably longer than you've been alive, most likely, unless you're older than you look from your profile picture. You're almost as old as my mom when my mom passed away. So yeah, but it's good to find out. Do you grow anything else besides wanting to grow anything else besides that? I mean, we do talk about the 5 gallon bucket challenge that we've been doing, about taking 3 different items: peppers, potatoes, or tomatoes, and grow them in 5 gallon buckets and doing updates on them and everything else. I've been doing a potato and a pepper. I have a California sweet bell pepper that I planted on Mother's Day. And my wife and I are planning on making it into stuffed pepper meals and stuff, because my wife is an amazing cook. So we're going to be doing stuff like that, stuff we can eat, something we can. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Any particular type of tomatoes? Is it beefsteak tomatoes, Roma tomatoes? I've got a plant that I grew from a seed that's over 2 years old. Now, that's not the amazing part. It is amazing, but not the amazing part. Earlier this year, I took a cutting off of it, and I grew it into I cloned it into a full-size plant. It's on my videos. That one, for some unknown reason, even though the parent plant is a beefsteak tomato plant from Walmart, little produce section, Walmart, one of the little 2-pack tomato things. I took the seeds out of that, grew the 2-year plant for 2 years. That one produced one little cluster of beefsteak, but the rest of the 15 other tomatoes that I'm growing are all Romas. I didn't plant Romas, but I've got them. So it's kind of cool. Well, okay, if they're short and fat and about, squat and then, round and stuff, that's a beefsteak. If they're kind of elongated, those are like Romas. Howie is the little teeny cherry tomatoes are the tiny ones, obviously. So yeah, the short ones, it might be cherry tomato. Cherry ones are like about that big, so the size of a cherry bomb, if you know what a cherry bomb is. But this was, but those are great for like salads and things like that. The Romas are the elongated, skinny ones, about like that shape, like egg shaped. Those, well, a little bit bigger than that, are great for like sauces and things like making salsa and spaghetti sauce and things like that. And beefsteaks are great for sandwiches. Those are the ones when you get a sandwich at a restaurant or something like Subway or something, they put those on there. Those are beefsteak tomatoes. So those are the kind of different styles. Now, is there more information about that? Because there's purple ones, there's all different kinds. I just have those kinds so far. I have other species of tomatoes. I just don't remember where I put them at the moment. But most of the ones I've been getting are from seeds from other tomatoes that I acquire from other locations. Like I've got a couple thing of seeds that I acquired that I'm drying out right now that came from another garden here in town that were freaking huge. I mean, we're talking about that big. And I'm hoping to be able to transplant those into a bigger bucket to produce those. Yes, my oh, I don't know. Mine or his. Nothing wrong with that. I do bacon and tomato sandwiches all the time. That sounds good to me. I literally just had bacon and eggs and a casserole that my wife made. So bacon, eggs, and hash browns. And things that if I mean, one of the things we're planning on doing, why I want to do the raised beds, is the fact is I want to be able to have chickens, not a lot of chickens, just a few, so we can maintain a healthy amount of eggs on our in our fridge for my wife's baking because she's an amazing baker, and do that kind of thing. Oh yeah, I know how that goes. Exactly, exactly. CR. Now CR is, I mean, I like cherry tomatoes for salads. My wife can't eat salads because she has a issue with lettuce. She can have spinach, which is one of the things I'm planning on planting of all the greens and stuff. Because I'm going to have 4 raised garden beds where we can grow ground vegetables in one. Another one will be vine vegetables. Another one will be well, underground vegetables. Maybe I don't know. Root vegetables, above ground, below ground, and vine ones. So those are the main styles. So I won't be growing corn because where we live, corn is everywhere. And we don't need any corn. And my wife has issues eating it too, for the same reason why she can't have lettuce. But yep. Like I said, I plan on doing potatoes, carrots, parsnips, chives. If I could do barley, I would, but there's no my property is not big enough for barley, unfortunately, because barley requires fields, which I don't have. If I had like 5 acres, oh man, I'd dedicate at least an acre to barley, but I don't. Um, the beans, I'm going to have green beans and peas and things like that. Hey, Cliff. Okay, what's for supper tonight, there, Cliff? Before you come up. Now, you want to talk about growing stuff there, Deb? Cliff, Fox Outdoors, he's your guy. He's the best container gardener I know. Now, the best farmer overall that's on here so far, that's Howie. He's literally, his name is what he does. Potato soup, nothing wrong with that. Sounds good. Did you harvest some of your potatoes? I did watch your video, so I'm waiting for potato soup. I have some questions for you about my potatoes. That's funny there, Dabs. Okay, nothing wrong with that there, Jason. Say hi to Molly for me. I will be right back, folks. I've got to take my plate and bowl, my cup and bowl, the plate back into the kitchen, please. I will be right back. Bear with me, folks. I'll be right back after these messages. Okay, folks, I'm back. Sorry about the delay. I had to use the facilities, and that's something that could not stop from happening. So I'm back. Please forgive me. Um, Anybody new in town? Let me see here. CR watches paint dry. What are you doing painting in here? I didn't authorize any new paint. Thank you. Oh, yes, I did. But I'm back. I also picked you up with some coffee, so bear with me. It's not alive for me if I don't have coffee. I tried that on Tuesday. It did not work. Now, as I was talking about before, maybe Cliff will be able to answer this when he comes up. I do have some plans for doing raised beds at the new property. And once I get them up, maintaining them is going to be easy, but getting them, the logistics down on how the legs are easy because they're basically cement, basically like Legos, you know. And I have an idea for the base, but I just trying to figure out how to incorporate it with the sides and everything where they won't fall through. So I am not a carpenter. I am an idea guy. That's all I can tell you. I can see it in my head, but it just didn't fill in. So I'm back. What's up? What's new? What's going on? Okay. Hey, so you got to start somewhere there, Dab. So, hey, Cliff, this is Dab. That's a farmer. Just say hi to him. He's fairly new, and I'm glad he's here. We discussed a little bit of everything, but right now the 5-gallon bucket challenge is taking precedence because we're showing people how to get started on growing their own food using just simple things. I do what is called garbage gardening, I guess, because I use things that you would find in the garbage normally, like the seeds from your tomatoes that you cut up, or the potato that end up growing eyes in your potato bin or something. And those do honestly work. I literally got something on my shelf over here that I could grow corn with because I'm planning on growing a little bit of corn, and it's an Indian corn from here in Iowa. So if I want to grow a few things along the back property, I'm going to do that. That being said, hopefully you guys are doing well. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. How are you guys doing? And if you want to come up, the link is in the chat. Hey, if that's your goal, go for it, dude. There's no more noble profession than being a farmer. The ability to feed people is one of the most awesome things you can do. Now, when I go hunting, I have given away things for people to eat, like rabbits, squirrels. Haven't done any pheasants in a while. No quails as of yet, and some venison. Definitely given away venison, but that was a long time ago. I have not tried squirrel jerky. I do like jerky though. Oh, beware, Dab, that CR is known to pun relentlessly. So just don't feel punished by that because he's going to try to pun you to death. He does us all the time. We take it with a grain of salt and pepper. But fried squirrel is really, really good. Baked is better, depending on your seasoning. The best seasoning so far is one created by Pest Hunter Outdoors. He's got this dry rub that is just simply amazing. Now, Fox and Outdoors, Cliff, he's got an amazing Italian seasoning that he makes, which I want to get some more, but he's been having trouble with some of his herbs. But yeah. Well, is that good or bad there, Dab? I wasn't sure because I've never tried squirrel jerky. I've had goose jerky, snake jerky, shark jerky. Um, I think I've had ostrich as well. I didn't really care for squid jerky. That was just something I would never try that again. Oh, I'm glad you hear it that you liked it. Did you know what seasoning he used or what flavors it tasted like? Did it have like a smoky? If you can remember, what was it? A smoky flavor? Was it a sweet flavor? It explains a lot. I've not had turtle jerky though. That's the only thing because it's like fish jerky. It just doesn't go well. I have had frog legs though. Not crawdads though. Don't do crawdads. Have you eaten today there, CR, or are you going to be getting hungry? Because 5 gallon bucket challenge is in the title, literally. And that is about food. And my wife is one of my favorite bakers. She's a state award winning 4-H baker in the state of Iowa. So hence the reason to grow food. Exactly. I'm going to show you something, Dab. I think you're going to get a kick out of it. Now, this is a picture of my dad and my uncle back when they were both alive, years and years and years ago, before you were born. The guy without the beard is my dad, the one with the hat. Okay. This one right here is my dad, right here. Now, this is what they found. Those are morel mushrooms. This one here is over a foot tall. And they found, and look at the one my uncle George has got 2 of them in his hands right there. Those are over a foot tall each. I cannot personally eat mushrooms, but because I have an allergy. But apparently, there are a lot of people do eat them, and they're worth a lot of money if you can find them. I don't do spicy, but that's okay. I do have a really good chili recipe right here by my feet. I know, sounds weird. I got stuff everywhere. I got a comic book chili recipe. It's Green Arrow's chili. It's called Ollie Stupendous Chili Recipe. Just like Mom used to make. So this one is a real recipe for making the hottest chili in the DC universe. Now, I've been trying to upgrade it, but who knows if that's going to turn out okay or not. I do have it on my computer here, guys. If anybody's interested, give it a shot. I gave it to Johnny. Johnny says he can update it from there because he said it's not spicy enough. Too sweet, he said. I was going for more flavorful than hot, but that's me. Because I like a chili I can taste, not just burned my tongue off. Cliff, you done eating yet? Excuse me. Just to let you know, I'm also known for a guy who's good at finding stuff at really cheap prices. So mainly secondhand stuff. I have found a what I consider a rare shotgun for $100. I've gotten a vintage bow for free, 2 major swords for free, including the one you see right there. Me as a veteran, that's my quilt of valor. My wife's got one, but it's in the living room. But I got the one with the eagles. She's more of an owl person. Oh, ow. They are. I have mine is a double barrel over and under American Arms Silver 2 12 gauge shotgun. And it's one of the most prettiest 12 gauges I've ever seen. And it kicks like a mule. Yeah, the rounds could be anything coming out of a shotgun, though. There, Dad. Doesn't matter. Now, when you get some other guys up here who are more into firearms than I am, I'm a bow guy mainly, but I shoot 105 plus pound war bows, long bows, recurves, take down long bows, take down recurves, that kind of thing. I literally got an arrow sitting right here behind my computer, just no reason, just sitting there. You don't believe me? I'll show you here. Give me a second. See, look at that. Just sitting there. I'm weird like that. But I don't have any shotgun shells right next to me, though. I think that they're over there. I think, no, wait. Yeah. Your arms got charred there, Cliff. You can't tell me you were completely hairless on your arms when that happened. I've got a +1 fire resistance. You got a +2. Instead of calling you Fox at Outdoors, we should have called you Firefox. He literally got blown up. He had a really nice tan and everything for about a month. Roll resistance. I have my dice right here. I've got my feet on them right now. Don't make me get my dice out there, CR. This is my dice container. There are many like it, but this one's mine. Let me see here. Let's see here. Cliff, you didn't roll for fire damage, so I'm going to roll for you. And we're going to see what happens. Bear with me here. I got to flip this up this way. Let's see here. There's your dice. Oh, that caught. You rolled a 16. You missed natural 20 by that much. I'll roll this one. I did bearable. I got an advantage. 17. I'll take it. Okay. Ooh, that was good. I would look so weird without hair on my arms. It's bad enough I use my arms to check, see how sharp my blades are. Now, I'm not sure if you're into knives there, Dabs, but we have a lot of people who are into knives. A lot of us. I don't know if CR is because he's from Canada, and I don't know about Rob on the Road because he's from England, and I don't know about Howie, who's from Canada too, but he's like way over there. Oh, ow, 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 ow. I should have put. I'm sure you do. See, my sharpener is where? I'm not even sure where my sharpeners are. They're here somewhere. There's my bow. There's my fletching kit. My shells. My suture kit. My multitude of bows, swords, and knives, and everything. So, Cliff, are you going to leave me hanging up here, or are you just going to hang down in the chat? Ooh, that was terrible. Oh, one good with an advantage. Ooh. And don't make me bring out the big dice. It's like that big. Sorry, my knee is really killing me, and I didn't put my brace on. D20 right there. You want me to get the big D20 or what? I can't roll for Ian. At least, well, I could. But I don't. Hey, Ian? Ian! He's got his headset in. He can't hear me. Hey, hon? Could you bring me my brace, please? It's next to my chair. My brace. Thank you. Love you, hon. That briefly, folks, that was my wife. She's bringing me my knee brace so I could protect my knee. I didn't roll for Ian. I did roll for my wife. Double 15s. Dang it, these things are being pains. So what's new for you guys? 5-gallon bucket challenge updates real quick. I've got 3.1 peppers because I got a new pepper going. It's actually seen. It's just really, really tiny. It's like literally about the size of my pinky nail right there. It's hasn't established itself yet. I have been keeping an eye on it. It has not done much with itself yet. The other 3 peppers that I have are doing quite well. One is more established than the others. It's on my Sunday update video. My potatoes are vibrant green, as per usual, considering they started out as a Walmart produce potato and everything, which I did not cut up. I actually just put a whole freaking potato in the ground instead of making multiple mounds and stuff. I just did one. My son did the same thing with his potato, but I think mine has produced multiple potatoes so far. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Now, my tomato, my 2-year-old plus year old tomato from the Walmart produce section. I call it the ancient one. It has got a bloom this freaking big. I don't know if it's going to produce another tomato or not. I am trying to, hopefully it does not do anymore so I can transplant it into a bigger pot, because the soil that it's been currently sitting in is kind of stale and it has not had fresh soil of one type ever in its entire life. So I plan on transplanting it into the bag of get a bag of expert gardening soil, which I got from Walmart. Then I'm going to put it in a much bigger pot, about the same size as its clone is in, and hopefully that will help it grow more tomatoes throughout the winter. So that's the plan. We're hoping on it right there. Now, the clone has been growing wildly. I mean, literally in every direction. Some branches have more tomatoes on it than others. I did have to tie it up. So that I tied it to the cage itself and not tight or anything, just enough to support it, because it was getting so heavy the branches were starting to go to the ground because they were so freaking heavy. But the main stem and everything is literally that big around. It's huge. And it looks like 3 stems at the same time, even though it's only 1 stem. It is a wild thing. And there was 15 tomatoes on there originally. I did harvest one of the beefsteaks. It's not super huge or anything. It's only about that big, but it does carry the genes for the beefsteaks in it. As soon as I am able to, I will harvest the seeds from that and hopefully keep on going. We also, a while back, acquired a cantaloupe. So I have been drying out the seeds for that, and hopefully when things get a little bit more stable, I will plant some cantaloupe for my wife. She loves that stuff. So I'm going to go and try to do that. If I get the chance to grow spinach and all the other vegetables we want to do, with minus of the radishes, we don't, because I'm allergic to those. But we'll see what we can do. I'm hoping to add to my tool collection for gardening, because a lot of this, it looks like I'm going to be doing up to about 24 bags of soil per raised bed. I'm using these really big bags from the expert garden thing from Walmart. And I'm not sure what I'm going to get from Lowe's, because I'm going to be ordering everything from Lowe's. And I will probably need about 96 bags of soil to fill all the planter boxes. I would because I got to get the plastic to line the bottoms, the uh, what is it, landscaping cloth to go over that. But before I do that, I'm going to drill holes in the bottom of each of the planter boxes to allow them to drain in case, because of winter time, they will get water stagnant in there. I'm not making a fishbowl or a swamp, so I want to make sure it can drain properly. Once the holes are down, then I put the landscaper cloth down. Then I will put the soil down. And hopefully, with that being the part of it, I don't know if I should put down a layer of rock or sand or something at the bottom, but I don't know. Cliff and Jason have mentioned that they want me to try to put down some twigs and leaves and stuff, or twigs at least. I don't know about that kind of thing because I've never used that kind of skill set. Because this will be my biggest agricultural garden thing ever. Now, is it the biggest garden I've ever had? No. But the raised bed thing, building my own garden beds, that kind of thing, that's all new to me. Now, I could just go cheap and just buy prefabricated ones offline, like from Vivor or something like that. Um, that's still on the table, depending on the cost and what I can afford to do. But I got to be able to stand and do this because I want to be able to take care of my plants and still bring in some vegetables and stuff. Okay, it is now 8:35, and I've been yakking for an hour and 35 minutes now. And your guys are still listening. So I'm just surprised. It was all get out. I did acquire me some coffee, so there is that. Still cooking? Okay. Ooh, that's a bad one. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Geez. Hey, hon. I need to bother you real quick. Okay, guys. I'm not going to touch these dice, but I am going to show you something.
What?
Check this out.
No, I'm not coming in there.
No. You got to see this. I can't show you from there.
What are you looking at?
The dice on my computer.
I don't want to be on screen.
Hold on. I'll pause the. Oops. Okay, sorry. She didn't want to be seen, but I'm going to show you guys this. This is actually kind of cool. I'm not sure you guys can see that. Oh, come on. Get out of there. There it is. Look at that. 220s. What are the odds? You're going old school on that there, Cliff. You're not microwaving anything? Oh, I can understand that, Jason. Life happens. Cliff's been busy cooking. He's not going like the quick meals anymore. But I just rolled 2 natural 20s, folks. That is impressive in my book. The odds are, I don't know. Yeah, 20/20 vision. Why 35 minutes? I've never heard of an emergency food meal being that long. Unless you're eating, it's going to take you that long to eat it. Is that a peak fuel or is that a mountain house or what? Cooking a lasagna? Possibly. Okay. Nothing wrong with lasagna. Now, I have chili mac right here. I also have uh, chili with beans. I have elbow macaroni and sauce, that kind of thing. See, I got chili with beans. I got chili mac and see what's this one. I got beef stew. Not exactly Mountain House or anything like that, but hey, it works. We did pick up some freeze-dried fruit while we were up there at the flea market. We got some strawberries, some I want to say Golden Crisp apples. We also have some bananas, apples, strawberries, and one more I can't remember off the top of my head. I tried one of the strawberries, the bananas earlier. They were quite good. But we bought the last of the strawberries that they had on stock on Sunday. So it was a lot of fun. If you get a chance to do any flea markets, guys, like the scale that I do, you should try it because it's definitely worth it. Because you just because something's used or something's old does not mean it's useless. Everything should be reused because things should be last more than a year, couple of years, than thrown away. It needs to be, what's the word for it? I guess long-term use, sort of like cast iron. You can hand it down. You could have it, sort of like hereditary stuff, just like you with most firearms and stuff like that. Because just you hand them off to your kids, or it's like the old China that they used to hand off to their mothers used to hand to their daughters and things like that. But that's kind of sexist. Which in my family, it didn't matter. Whoever was the best cook got the food stuff, so it doesn't matter. I am not much of a cook, to be fair. Can I cook? Yes, I'm just not that good at it. I will be going over some possible recipes in the future from the Back to Basics book, which I have over here. And I also have quite a few different homesteading books that I will probably be going over probably next week. Unless I get a confirmation on my SSDI payments, and then we'll be moving forward to purchasing and signing on the dotted line for the property. Thank you, Ground Fog. Heirloom, thank you. Just like seeds, heirloom seeds. You are a rock star, Ground Fog. Gold star to you. If you weren't already a moderator, I'd make you one. Now, I think it's just the fact is that family heirlooms and stuff like that people sell so blatantly nowadays. They think, oh, it's old, but just get rid of it. The thing is, the new stuff they make nowadays, they break and then they just toss it in the trash. Everything I have, it can be reused. I mean, I got this brand new set. As you can see, look at that. Literally, still got the tags on the bottom. And it has both cups in here. Now, this right here will fit anybody's mess kit, what have you, and it wouldn't take too much for someone to maintain their gear, So something like this, as you can see, lock it in place. You got it to go. Another thing, this pouch right here, it was secondhand, but I also have a decent pair of tiny little binoculars, secondhand, still very useful, not thrown away. Kept it going. With the exception of the cup and with the lid and the little hanger part, this thing secondhand. So many things that people just throw away willy-nilly. This Pathfinder stainless steel water bottle, $3 at Goodwill, because someone didn't understand what it was worth. My cook set, which is down here on the floor beside me, my MSR cook set, which is in my sustainment pouch right now. It is secondhand. Someone sold it, got rid of it. I don't understand why people do that. Reuse stuff like this. This is an Altoids tin. Just reuse it, repurpose it, something. I mean, I got it with a piece of shirt, obviously, but you can see this is well used, well left. And will I throw this away? No, because it's useful. And like I did with this knife right here, this is a 1960s trade knife. As you can see, it's pretty old, full tang, not very thick, mind you, but it is wicked sharp. Did I throw it away? No, I picked it up for a couple bucks. Had a friend make a sheath for it. That's got plenty of life in it still. It's very sharp, it's very usable, and I won't get rid of it. Cast iron cook pot, little cauldron. Got the feet and everything. Right now I've got matches in there, but that holds about a can of food, soup. So I made the handle for it. $5. Little mini cauldron. Yes, that right there over a campfire, which I've cooked on for over 2 weeks at a SCA event down in Missouri, 15 plus years ago. Right before I married my wife. And that kind of thing is why, I repurpose everything I got or get it secondhand. I do have a few things that were new or newer, like Lamora, but even my neck knife, secondhand. Now, is there this one here is a SOG. Welcome, sir.
Backpack.
Backpack.
That's not a saw. This is a saw.
I seen a saw somewhere.
Yeah. I had to use this. Oh, man, the thing's falling apart.
No, but too many people just, buy stuff and throw it away. But they could just reuse it, repurpose it, and do much more with it. You yourself reuse pallets.
That's because free wood
basis.
is free wood.
Exactly.
It's not that I necessarily reuse them. It's just that I like to get free wood.
But you do.
Again, I have a fireplace.
You're repurposing it. And if it's even firewood is repurposing it. The only thing I would worry about is that some of that stuff is chemically treated.
It's not. All the stuff that I get is heat treat.
Cliff, did you see what I did?
On there.
I was in there messing with my dice.
Yeah, roll 2 perfect 20s.
Yeah, the odds of that are rare, as you know.
That rare. I told you I was listening. I told you while I was cooking, I was listening.
Yeah, but
I had my ears on my phone.
Well, I got dual 20s, which was like, I was just messing around. But so many people just toss things aside way too often nowadays because they don't think it's worth anything to them, but it will outlast them. And I can guarantee you got about a dozen different things right in your vicinity that is the same way. That
From
you
what?
never threw away.
Reclaimed?
You reclaimed or acquired or whatever, one way or the other.
No, to be honest, most of the stuff that's in reach or within vicinity, I've paid for.
Your seeds?
Trade, to which I still have to go the other way around.
What do you mean?
I still have to send out the seeds for them.
No, what I was talking about is that you reuse your seeds. You don't just toss them aside or throw them out.
Oh, heck no, I keep my seeds.
You reuse
Have
them.
to.
You grow something, you reuse the seeds, and you keep on producing them, and you do give them out. You do pay it forward, I guess is another way of saying it.
Yeah.
You got some from Jenny and I for some of those for something I can't remember. what it was.
Daylilies.
Yeah, the daylilies. Jenny's she loves those things. But it just, and Ian and I are trying to reuse anything that people think they throw on the curb that they think there's going to be trash. And as the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten something off the curb that is worth hundreds of dollars because someone didn't know the value. They assumed it has no value at all because they don't know. Before my stuff got stolen, mind you, one of my biggest cast iron skillets was found on the curb. And you don't find those kind of skillets very often on the curb.
Yeah, you also don't find a Griswold number 5 all that often either.
You found one though, didn't you?
No.
Who was it that found a knife? No, that was CR who found a knife.
No. Griswold number 5.
Oh, the
Cast
skillet.
iron-
I'm
cast
looking for a
iron
Griswold
pan?
by 3. I've got my cast iron lid that I'm looking for the matching large logo Griswold number 3 skillet. Because the one I have the rare lid for it. And I'm never going to get rid of that set because you don't find those anymore. I've been offered $1,500 for it, and I turned it down. Because once you get rid of it, you'll never see another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you would have had $1,500.
But $1,500 is just going to go out the window. I won't, that money's not going to stay in my pocket. I can't reuse that money once it's gone. You know that. But I can always use the lid. If I have the matching pant, I can always use the pant, the lid and pan together. Because that's a good little bushcraft setup. I was watching Outdoors McGee the other day, and he did a collab with someone.
Who?
Outdoors McGee. He's from Iowa. He's from Council Bluffs, same area as Deb. He does more bushcraft stuff. He does a lot of stuff with e-bikes and things like that. He fishes along the Missouri River a lot. And he did a collab a couple of days ago. Give me a second here. Moving my dice out of the way because I need to be able to type. Yeah, he did a collab with Shane Coffee Outdoors. I don't know who that is. That's a new one on me.
I don't know who either of them are.
Well, I don't know where he's from, but I know where McGee is from. He's from Iowa, so. Now, I don't know much about Shane Coffee Outdoors, but he's got more subscribers than I do, and you do, and everybody we know mostly put together. But he was in Iowa. That's all that matters. I'm already subscribed to him, but I'll put a link to it, both their chats, both their channels, and you guys can check it out yourself. Because this is the one here, and Outdoor McGee is here.
Yeah, I found Shane.
No, yeah, Outdoor McGee is the second one.
I've run across him,
but Outdoors McGee does a lot of outdoor e-bike, overnight camping, bushcraft stuff. He's got a shelter that he built somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly, if it's either on the Missouri side, sorry, not the Missouri side, the Nebraska side or the Iowa side of the Missouri River. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
well, yeah, that's where you want them.
Huh?
So that's where you want them.
Well, it's not on property he owns. It's like kind of open up the public stuff. So it's a really, he's got some really interesting things. But he's got an urban shelter that he built himself. It's got a wood stove and everything else in it. It's not perfect, but nothing ever is. But he tests out all sorts of different e-bikes and things like that all the time. And he actually even has his own line of fishing poles, of all things.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know much about his fishing poles, but yeah. So how was your lasagna?
Whose lasagna?
What was it?
I didn't have lasagna.
What did you have then?
I told it was potato soup. Like 4 times.
No, was it any particular style of potato? Was it like a creamy potato soup or just a regular potato soup?
Just creamy potato soup from 4 Patriots.
Okay, that's the part I was wanting to know who made it. So I have never tried their stuff, so I can't.
The potato soup's not bad, but I recommend if you're eating it, you got to have at least 2 to 3 people to help you because it is a lot of food.
Oh, I can understand that. That is a family meal, not an individual thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, you start off with 12 cups of water.
Oh, no wonder it took you forever.
Yeah.
Now, we did pick up some freeze-dried fruit over the weekend. I can name 3 of them, but I know we got 4 different types, but I can't remember what the 4th one is because we got bananas, strawberries, and apples. There was supposed to be another one. I can't remember what it was. Oh, watermelon.
Mango.
No mango. Now, I do, when you get done mowing on your soup, I want to ask you about raised garden beds that are off the ground.
Uh-huh.
I have a plan for one. I know it's going to be sturdy, but I mean, I'm still trying to debate whether build it myself or just break down and buy a prefabbed one from like Vivor or something.
Yeah, I don't recommend getting the prefab kits. They're usually expensive and they don't last long.
Well, the thing is, I'm limited on what I can physically do, as you already know. And I could probably put a kit together while sitting down. But the one I want to build is going to last like years, and it's going to be heavy as hell. But it's going to be like very, very strong. It won't kill the grass because it's not sitting on the ground. it's going to have plates, places underneath it where you can use it for storage or something for buckets or any supplies that you want to keep out of the main weather anyway. And it will have holes for drainage because I'm going to use 2x12s for the outer edges and 2x6s for the tongue and groove bottom part.
Yeah, I don't recommend doing tongue and groove.
Be well, CR. Thank you for coming, brother.
Later, CR. Have a good one.
No, I wanted for the tongue groove for strength, and I was going to drill drainage holes in strategic parts all over the entire base to allow drainage, because I would put down plastic first, then drill the holes, then put down landscaping cloth over that, then put down. Well, that's the part where I was going to talk to you about whether I try to put twigs down, or do I put sand down, rocks down, or just straight soil since it's already got the landscaping cloth off the
I just put
ground.
straight soil on it.
Okay. But I want to know
If you're doing a raised bed like that, there's no point in trying to do the hugelkultur method. It'll take 2 to 3 years, or it'll take like 3 to 4 years for that stuff to break down, and your garden bed will start. By the time that stuff starts to break down, so will your garden bed.
Now, the wood I plan on doing is going to be treated because the walls and everything are going to be covered with plastic up to the edges anyway, where any chemicals won't leach into the soil. But I want to make sure that it's still drainage is going to be a big thing because I don't want it to the roots to drown. I've got a drill and everything strong enough to do with what I need it to do. The only thing is the backyard is so freaking unlevel. It's scary because it kind of goes down at an angle like that.
Yeah.
And I can get it to where if by switching the sizes of the legs, get it to where it would be level. It just looked really like stair stepping for the most part, or terracing the backyard kind of situation. But I won't be able to really get any true advice until I actually show you where you can see what I'm talking about. Because you have not seen eyes on the backyard yet.
Correct.
But once I do, I will start off by standing on the deck overlooking the backyard. So I can show you, because it kind of starts at the top where it's level on top, then it goes down and kind of twists and angles. It's really weird because it's sloping towards the lake.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
So I don't want to put anything in the ground right there, like try to till it and just plant stuff there for one reason, because any rain will cause it to wash out no matter what I do, because water will go downhill. If I've got it in a raised bed off the ground level, I can at least grow something productive without having to worry about it being washed away. And as it's off the ground, I have less worries about weeds as much. Doesn't mean weeds won't get in there. I don't have to worry about certain bugs and stuff.
I have not seen, because I know you were, when I built the sunflower bed, you were concerned about weeds. I ain't got a single weed growing in that damn thing.
Really?
Nope, not a single one.
That's
I
interesting.
touched it.
That's cool.
There's nowhere for them to grow. The sunflowers have an extremely dense root system.
Oh, they suck the water out, right?
It doesn't suck the water out. It sucks away the space for roots to grow.
Okay. Jenny does want to grow some of the giant sunflowers, but we have to figure out logistically the best place to put them.
Where they get the most amount of sun.
Well, that I understood, but the thing is, when I say logistically, because I am planning on redoing the deck to where the steps are going, and that might interfere where she wants to plant them. Because there's only 2 sets of steps to the deck going into the trailer. And they're not in a convenient spot on either one. Because they're like, one's like way over towards our neighbor's property, near the property line. The other one is towards the back side of the house near the fire pit. But where we park, there's no stairs, which makes no sense, especially come wintertime.
Yeah.
If you're bringing out groceries and stuff like that, it doesn't make sense. So I'm thinking about replacing one section in the front to go straight into our parking area, so we can just grab our groceries, go straight up the steps, straight up to the door, where we can get into our house without having to go up and around, especially in wintertime, which would not be fun at all. So that's my idea, but I will show you that more when I get to the property and start going over that, because it's going to take some interesting structuring, because one of the posts that's supporting that one section is directly on a cement block in the parking area. It's not planted in the ground. It's on top of the ground, which is a bad idea in of itself. So I figured that section right there where that's at, take that all out, put some steps in, plant them in the ground where they're supposed to be, make it safe. Because none of the steps have freaking railing. And with my knee issues, I need all this support.
All the access you can get.
Exactly. I'm not putting in ramps or anything like that, but I'm not that far yet. So that would be kind of interesting, especially if it gets iced over. I ended up sliding down the steps, down the thing, right down the hill.
That's funny. Speaking of ramps, I'm surprised nobody's talked about growing those.
Okay, I've heard of ramps. Are those onions?
So yeah, they're similar to onions.
Are they like chives or something?
They're so.
Like I said, I know they can be found wild.
It's a bulbing flower, but a species of it's like wild onion and garlic.
Okay, I think I've seen them. They have them here. I just always called them wild onion.
Yeah, it's essentially a long onion.
And they grow wild everywhere.
Yeah, you step on them, you know exactly what it is because you smell it right away.
So it's a combination of wild garlic and onion. I didn't know that's what they were called. I just called them wild onion.
Yeah, it is a North American species of wild onion or garlic found in northeastern North America. Sorry, eastern North America.
I find them up here in Iowa too.
Yeah, dig them out of the ground and transplant a few.
When I was living in Eddyville with my mom and dad's house, my dad's shed actually had them outside of his shed growing wild. He just called them a weed, but you could smell them. You know?
Yeah, you cut it. If it smells like food, it's not a weed. It's food.
Right. And the thing is, it's one of the first wild edibles I ever found without realizing that's what it was. I just always called it wild onions because that's what it smelled like. Now that I know what that is, and they're also considered called lamps, I might consider acquiring some more of those. And I still want to try to acquire some pawpaws, though. That's going to be the toughest one for my property. It does say, when on the websites I've been reading, I can grow it where I'm at. It is allowed. It will grow. And it is supposed to be really, really, really good for the one of the few natural growing fruits from Iowa. I'm just going to be the most northern version of it if I can acquire some. Now, finding the seeds is going to be fun. And also when you get the daily lease, I got to figure out where to put those too. As I was telling Jason on Tuesday, Jenny wants to plant Iowa roses. And Jason was trying to convince me to plant regular roses because of the rose hips. But I would rather grow a naturally growing species from Iowa. Could do the same thing, but that way we know it's used to this climate and stuff. Than try to plant something that isn't.
Roses adapt pretty quick, to be honest.
I know, but I mean, we're already getting rose hips from Iowa roses, you know, because that's what's
Only
growing
if you get
outside of.
them specifically from a grower in Iowa. If not, they're going to come from wherever they grow the most amount of roses commercially.
Right. But the thing is, I mean, Iowa roses grow wild everywhere here. And she's got some rose hips. Then she's going to take a cutting and try to do a clone of that, the one we got out here in our yard, and try to grow it out there. And if we can get it to propagate, that would mean down the road we would always have access to rose hips at the very least, because the property does not have any pine on it whatsoever. It's hardwoods, and I'm not sure if it's got maples. I didn't look that close, but I do know that it's got hardwoods, walnuts, ash at the very least. I'd have to do some more research to see what else it may have, because I didn't get it when I looking at it the first time. It was wintertime. I couldn't see the leaves,
Gotcha.
so that changes things. Um, I do know that a couple of the limbs on some of the trees that are on the property, one tree needs to come down 100% because it's dead. It's an ash tree. So emerald ash borer got to it. Completely stripped bare of bark, the whole 9 yards. I would like to take it down while it's still, the wood's still good, for I could probably try to get it processed into lumber if possible. Whether it's going to be enough to help fix the shed up, it remains to be seen. But you never know. And what can't be processed into lumber, I plan on putting aside and making a little woodshed like you've got yours for our firewood that we were planning on having for our fire pit and stuff. But I also have access to a lot of extra stray lumber logs and stuff from my friend Rob, who's works for a tree service, and they need to get rid of them, their wood all the time. So we could probably stock up for free. But I would want to put in a wood stove, which is going to require some very strong logistics and permits where I can get that down to where the house is at. How's the soup? Cliff? Oh, done.
And this is a good sized bowl too. It's not like a small bowl.
Oh, I know. I've got similar sizes ones.
Like that is. I mean,
You licked the bowl dry? Oh my gosh, dude.
Almost. Let's see. That's roughly a 5 3/4 inch wide bowl, and it is 3 inches deep. So good amount.
A quart of soup.
That's I put at least four cups of soup. 3.5 cups of soup in here.
Yes, we do, Scott. Scott just popped in.
We don't need no. Do for a fireplace? Not really. The only thing you got to do is build your protective barrier. Make sure your floor is supported, and just make sure you have a good stack.
Oh, well, if I'm going to be going through the structure at all, it's got to have permits for because it's going to involve getting the structure cut through.
Just got to go in between the studs. You're good.
This is a trailer, not a house.
Well, yeah, that might be a different problem.
So this is like a double wide trailer. You've seen the pictures.
Yeah. Still look like a house.
Yeah, well, that you saw the inside. You didn't get a chance to really see the outside. I'm gonna try to see if I can find.
My uncle is in a double wide. I don't know if they did permits for his fireplace when he put it in. He just went straight through the ceiling. Do it right with burner requirements. There you go. I'm gonna go get more soup because I'm still hungry.
Okay. I'm going to make sure I get the right size one for that'll help heat up our trailer there, Scott. And but I'm going to make sure we have it in the right spot with the right permits and make sure it's safe. Because one of the things we're going to do before we can do anything else upgrade wise is update the insulation, replace the doors, replace the windows, fix the skirting, and then we also have to remodel the back bathroom because the back bathroom is terrible. And update the appliances. So that's going to be the big thing for us. Hey, bud, how you doing?
Where's the blood? I don't see no Vlam clears.
The buddy files came in.
Ooh, the buddy files. The bud flies.
No, I'm not going to be doing oil anything. It's going to be wood burning stoves. Now there's a neighbor. It's going to be a friend of mine who's his name's Daniel, who lives up the way with his wife, and they have a wood burning stove in their trailer. So he's the one I went the hot tent camp in the wintertime.
Oh, that's when you take a diesel heater out there with you. Or a diesel stove.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Where are you going to be at, Scott? You said you're coming out next Friday. I'm always around. I got nothing. I mean, I'm working to get my truck fixed on Friday, so I've got tons of time. So,
and to think, $1,500 would have helped.
I know. I'm not selling that freaking lid. I found that lid for $4, and that thing's worth $1,500. I'm not get it away because when I get it complete, it's worth even more when I have a complete set. You know how that goes. Oh, going to Sturgis? Oh, I can't go with Sturgis. That's way more money than I can afford. And the fact that I don't ride. I don't even have a motorcycle.
Who said you got a ride to go to Sturgis?
I just had the worst and best roll you could ever get, Cliff.
A 1 and a 17?
A 1 and a 20. I tried to roll for Ian, but he's got his headphones in. Oh, glad to hear that your Sioux Falls guy came back. I'm hoping once I get my truck fixed, I can try to make arrangements to come up and see you there, Scott. But it won't be until after we get the end of the month because if we get everything settled, then we're going to be scrambling getting things moved.
Always got to get a spare rim.
Well, I know where to get it. What year is it? And what size do you need? I bet I can find one. And no, I'm not taking the one off the one in your yard there, Cliff.
I don't have a Jeep in my yard.
You used to.
That's in Iowa. I mean, sorry, Illinois.
Yeah, it's in Illinois. No, Scott, you missed out on the Watcher County Flea Market again. But we got one more left this year in October. But
Spooky season. That's spooky season.
Oh, yeah. I will be planning for spooky season. Because one of the things I like about the deck. Oh, by the way, Cliff, I was going to show you this. Had it white. Oh, my gosh. I can understand that. I've had that happen.
Damn. That sounds like they didn't put the studs in right. Or they put weak studs in. Because, I mean, I've seen those things off-road. It's hard to shear off the studs. Unless it was the axle and the CV joint gave out and the whole thing just fell out. Because I've seen that happen twice.
Hey, Cliff. That's how wide it is. And the property
that could use a paint job. I would say blue would make it a lot better. Because that is pretty white.
What's wrong with white? It does need a power wash, though. But that's the deck. And you see that part right there in front there?
Yeah.
Between the two vehicles? I wish I could get it bigger, but I can't.
I could see it just fine.
Well, that part right there is where I want to put the steps. Right off the corner right there. Between where the end of the two vehicles are, right between there.
Where that little short angle piece is at.
Yeah, because that's the most logical place to put it. Right now, there's one all the way on the other side of the trailer, way over here, and another one is way over here, which makes no sense when the door is right there.
No, I think what they wanted is not easy access to get to the front door.
Well, the thing is, realistically, if we're going to be doing groceries and stuff like that, I am not walking through that far just to bring groceries into my house. Now, I will take out these stairs over here to the right that are right here. This is our neighbor's property, right there, for one reason, because I don't plan on using those stairs. I'll just take them out completely and just finish the railing all the way across. And I'll keep the stairs back here because that's going right straight towards the fire pit. I can go from there to the garage, all that stuff. But if I'm parked out here like this guy is, I'm just going to walk straight up the steps right into my house because that's the best way to do it, especially in wintertime. You know? And one of the things, there's a tree limb. All this property right through here, right along here, that's all ours. We right from right here all the way up to where that hole is, all the way up to where just basically the open yard right there is all they have. Where they have grass is theirs. All the trees are ours, including. Give me a second here. All these trees are ours. Now, I don't know if I can get this thing to go bigger or not.
No, you're only like, 30 yards from a giant pit shitter?
What do you mean?
You got right there, like right down the street is a big old pit shitter.
Explain. What are you talking about?
Toilet.
Oh, that's the for the this way?
Yeah, the vault toilet. You do realize I found where your house is at?
You mean this thing down here? That's the lake.
Yeah, way down the hill.
Give me a second. That's this thing.
What the heck?
That's a storage shed for the park.
There should be a vault toilet. Yeah, that right there.
That no. That's
It's listed as a vault toilet.
That's up that way. That's not it though. This is that's our.
Because you're right there on the corner of First and Main.
That's what this is. It's supposed to be that's a storage shed, as you can see.
Yeah, it's listed as a vault toilet on my map.
Maybe it's this next one. right there's basically that's the other side. That's a storage shed. Then the house, then my house. Maybe it used to be, but not anymore. But that's the lake right there. So we can get a good spot here where you can see the lake. That's where the campgrounds is. Yeah, so it's different, that's for sure. But that's where you're talking about, this part over here.
Yeah, new place to inspect tomorrow. Yeah, right off that little finger right there when you're going down. Yeah, the little nubbin. See, it says vault
Yeah,
toilet.
it does say that, but the thing is, it's a storage shed. It probably used to be, but they converted the whole building into a storage shed. Because my place goes from here. See, okay, I'm not sure if you can see it at all. There's some very faint lines going from here, here, and here.
Yeah.
That's the yard for them. Okay. Okay. This where the grass is at is where they own. Where the trees are at, from here, 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 and here is all that's ours. So we would own from everything from here all the way over to here, and all the way down to the road, like from right there all the way straight down. It's weird, but this little lot from here to here, all the way up.
Well, that lot from there to there is more or less an easement for access to the house.
That's all they. Yeah. Our trailer is basically on one of 4 lots, and we're going to combine all the 4 lots into one lot when we purchase it. And instead of being on 4 lots, it'll be on 1 lot, everything under one tax law and everything. And since we are veterans with a disabilities, the tax credit we get is more than what the taxes are for the property every year. So it's kind of hard to tell, but
Yeah, you got to drive a ways around that thing just to get to the other side.
for what do you mean?
5 minutes
What do you mean?
to get to the other side of the lake.
Oh yeah, not really.
If you're going over there to the Rock Creek campground. Now, mind you, if you really felt the need to, you could probably swim across that.
Not really. Oh, there is a swimming area.
Yeah, I see it marked here on the map.
So,
There's like 2 short little docks off to the side of it. Or they got one of these little coves kind of barricaded off. Oh, they got a boat launch right there on that one too.
yeah, there's the boat ramp right here.
Got a ton of boat ramps.
Yep. It's a fairly large lake.
It's technically a
see.
creek.
Well, it's a lake now, because the only way it is because they put a dam in right here.
Yeah, the spillway at the bottom.
Yeah.
Damn them.
Yeah, but we are just happen to be right here, directly across from over here. And the
There's
thing
a
is,
small little community right there too, to be honest.
it's an unincorporated section. That means no HOAs, no one can do anything to that area. It's
Well, except for
unincorporated.
buy it out for me with eminent domain.
Nope. Can't. Too close to the state park. You have to be so far away from a state park before you can do that. We're a quarter mile, and we're within the safety zone. We got
You're within a quarter mile, but that's literally straight across the lake.
No. The park is literally right here, Cliff. That's the park on the other side of that road. And this is my house.
Yeah, because like technically the lake, they own the property rights for the lake, which goes to the shore.
which is right here beside of the road.
Yeah.
And my house is a quarter mile from that line. And because we own a good chunk of little woods right here, that means we've got an animal corridor right there. That we
Yep.
had deer in there, squirrel in there, rabbits.
Well, you also got that big old field right behind you.
That field is not mine. That was for
No, I know.
sale. That was for sale. That's 40 acres. It was for sale at one time. It's not anymore. Someone bought it. I don't know what they're planning on doing with it, because if I had the money, I would buy like 5 acres right behind my house. And that field, just five straight acres right behind there. And then build a house out here. Then let's leave this all woods, and buy that house there out. Just be one big thing of woods. But I can't do that. I don't have that kind of money. But yeah. And it's because of this house right here I can't hunt with my shotgun. Unfortunately. This house is far enough away. This one isn't. But I bet if I measured it from here, the outer edge of the property to right there, there's somewhere I could hunt with a shotgun, but I don't want to worry about it too much.
I think I'm full finally. Only ate 2 bowls. And just leave of crackers. Ooh, now I can be visible again. Ooh. Yeah, my camera still decided to be weird.
Yeah, the thing is, like I said, there, Scott, I mean, that front part is going to be the best part to put new steps, because it makes sense to put steps there. You know?
Yeah.
It literally does. It doesn't make sense to have them way off to the side on either side. I mean, going towards the fire pit and maybe towards the garage makes sense. That does. But not on the back side of the house, where it's literally you go through the fence, you can go up into another deck and go in the back side of the house. You don't need multiple steps and decks and stuff like that. So I would take those out completely, finish it off, open that big wide set of steps right there, right? Just go straight up into the house and that kind of thing. And if I wanted to walk down to the
I mean, you could still walk down to the water.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take me a little
that
while.
far.
I was considering about getting like a little side by side or something like that to make it easier for me to drive down there instead of trying to walk with my knee being like it is, especially on a hill. Going downhill is one thing. Going back uphill, that's the hard part.
3 times in the same way, in the same day, uphill both ways.
Oh, I don't think I could right now, in the condition I am right now. I don't think I could even make up that hill where you went up once. I would not even going to try. It's too steep. But I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot, but I wouldn't get very far. It would take me a long time.
Yeah,
but
you might have to walk up it backwards.
Oh yeah,
Might
probably.
be easier.
That was literally like that, Cliff.
That was a deep ass. Damn, I am a bit crispy today.
You look like it. You got that farmer's tan
Look at
going.
this. Look how dark that is. Not showing off my muscles, people. I'm not. Look how dark
Yes,
that
he
is.
is. Look at that flex, folks. He's flexing.
I'm not even flexing.
He is a white boy, folks.
Look, white underneath, freaking burnt steak on top.
Cliff, you can honestly say you're a white boy.
That's the funny thing. I can tan because I'm Spanish.
You got Hispanic descent.
But I have also German in me. And they don't like the sun.
No, I get that. That's probably why you're so freaking pale.
Sometimes.
I did realize something, though. For the first time last weekend, I rented a golf cart. there at the flea market. It made a huge difference in me being able to get around and seeing stuff. It didn't make it easier for me to spot things. No, because I was going too fast.
No, but it makes it easier to get from booth to booth without having to waste all your energy actually physically walking to each booth.
Right. I got a person cart the first day, but then I got a 4-person cart the second day, which was awesome because the back seat folded flat to make it like a little truck. And these were gas powered ones, not electric, that made a big difference. And maybe one of those would work, but I would rather go with a side by side because I can have it in the wintertime. They could still use, because it would have 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, golf carts barely have any drive.
Now, are you? I'm sorry, I got to ask Scott something. Are you camping? Or are you trying to get a room? What are you trying to do there, Scott? He's discussing Sturgis.
Yeah, it's heading up to Sturgis.
I know. Hey, Scott, bring me back a souvenir if you can.
There ain't really anything you want to bring back from Sturgis.
You would believe there's a lot of vintage stuff you would find up there.
Yeah, but a lot of it's
people
bikes. A lot of it's bike related.
Bike camping gear isn't a thing.
Well, sorry about that.
And I know for a fact that there's teardrop campers that can be pulled by motorcycles, and I have seen them.
Oh yeah, you can get those like you can pull behind an e-bike too.
I've not seen that one, but that would be interesting to see, though.
You got to watch Paul Ekins.
Okay, who's Paul Ekins?
He does a lot of DIY, kind of like portable, small, lightweight shelters.
Okay. I was considering, if I ever get a chance to have the money for it, purchasing a decent e-bike that's got good range and adding a small trailer for I could do like bushcraft stuff. Just like, I can't walk as far as I want to.
Who did that? Was it Steve Wallace? Who did that?
Steve Wallace does all the stealth camping.
He's done a few other ones too that are not quite stealth, but kind of. There was somebody that did an e-bike, had a trailer on it, 2 batteries, and they ran solar on it. And they basically ran it until the battery died, and then they had to sit there and wait for the thing to recharge in the morning.
Oh yeah, that one sounds familiar. I can't place it, but that does sound familiar.
Camped over there where they stopped and camped was at like an old shut down oil drilling well, oil pump.
Anywhere in the United States, or was it in Canada?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Because if it was in Canada, that's most likely Steve Wallace.
Yeah, that's why I brought up Steve Wallace in the first place, because I'm pretty sure it was him that did it.
Bushcraft Joe, I'm not familiar with. I did see the new Outdoor McGee one there, Scott. He did a collab with let's see, who was it that he did? With Shane Coffee Outdoors. I don't know where he's from, but I'm gonna have to go look it up and watch some of his videos. But like I said, I was thinking about if I get a decent e-bike that has good range that I could pull a little trailer with, I could do like winter camping videos, stuff like that, Cliff, so I can set up my hot tent and stuff. The only thing I'd have to do is bring the batteries into my hot tent to keep them from
freezing.
Yeah, keep them above freezing. I didn't say when I looked at some of the videos I saw of his, and I have to watch him because I've never heard of him until now. But him and McGee did a collab, which I've never seen him do before. So I told him if he's ever in my area, I'm willing to do stuff with him. I don't have any e-bikes, but that'd be kind of cool. But I've also been thinking about finishing up getting my pilot's license, Cliff. and I found out something really cool. They just enacted a new law, which is really cool. I can rent a Cessna, even though I might have only a sports license, not a private license, and I can rent a Cessna.
I was right. It was Steve.
Okay. I don't know. But I can only have one passenger, unfortunately, but I can have all the gear I can carry. I can fly out and see you guys.
Okay, never mind. I was wrong. It was Steve that did the camping at the abandoned oil well, but it wasn't on the e-bike.
Okay.
There was somebody that I know that did it. They set up an entire trailer for it. They had their tow-behind trailer, had like an extra battery in there. They had solar, and they were charging it as they were driving.
I think I remember seeing that one, but I can't place who it was.
I still feel like that was like a Steve Wallace thing. I don't know why.
Not a Steve Wallace, though. There's another guy who does that kind of stuff, too, e-bikes. Who's got the, what's his name? The one that did the bicycle bug out bag, bicycle, bug out vehicle. I don't know if we're not going to get Jason today. Looks like.
No, there was one like 9 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, but that one was a weird bug out bicycle camper. That's the one that's Paul Ekins. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of people. Bug out bike in storm mode.
I am planning on going up to South Dakota in the wintertime this winter.
It was Really Big Monkey. Was probably the main one we're thinking.
Yeah, he's the one that did the regular bicycle one. Wasn't an e-bike though. This is before e-bikes became a thing. But Really Big Monkey, I haven't heard anything from him in a while. He's probably still doing stuff. I just haven't got the notifications.
Let's see. His last one was about a year ago. Oh, he said taking time off from filming about a year ago, so that would make sense. So there's that information.
Give me a second here.
Nice. Get one of those, Scott. You need one of those, a couple of those expanding plastic trellises that you can get at like Home Depot and Lowe's, and just grab a couple of them and just kind of circle them out around you and just hide behind those. You ain't gonna see squat. Those things are designed to for privacy fences. Yeah, like I just said, his last video was almost a year ago, so I was taking time off from filming. Probably just taking a. Damn, there are bugs everywhere in my room. Little ass ones. Are you an ant? You are. You're a little tiny ass ant. Get off. Where the hell did you even come from?
Endoprism did the solar powered bicycle e-bike pulled trailer.
I know somebody did it. They rigged their system so they had a charge controller on there, and they basically ran it to the battery pack that was running the e-bike, but they were running it with the solar charger to see if they can get more down that way. And the dude had it was like 3 or 4 batteries that he had in that cart.
There's Jeremiah Brown who did that. I don't think that's him. Was it a 3-wheel one or not?
No, it was like 2 wheels.
Okay, I saw a 3.
He had a like I said, he rigged. Wasn't this guy? Might have been Eric Tennant, to be honest, because he's the only one that's popping up right now, like the most.
I'm looking at that one. That's the Burley trailer solar upgrade, man.
I think so. Yeah, I would I would have to scroll through every one of these videos individually and watch all of them to
Right.
see which specific one it was.
Well, that one, the last one, the Mexico Solar Tour, was 4 days ago, so I don't think that's it.
No, it was a while ago when I seen these ones. So I think it's either Solar Punk Travel or it's freaking Eric Tennant.
I just checked Eric; he didn't have it.
Because he's got one from November 2023.
Okay, Drew Build Stuff did one. He said with 100-kilometer range, no pedaling. Endo Prism did one.
Yep, saw that one.
Cool Ideas did one. Pocket Camper did one.
Robert Bayrolt.
I don't know who that is.
He's one that's done that too. I seen him. He had an interesting one.
Camp AVTO, AVTO, Camp AVTO, whatever that is. Career International did one.
Ate too much and now I'm not feeling good.
Oh, I bet.
I probably shouldn't have finished it off drinking that last bit of heavily flavored fruit punch mix.
Ooh, my condolences. Zenith FRS did one. But he did
There's a lot of people that have done these with the e-bikes. It's just a matter of what you can do with the e-bike.
Yeah, one's called President Che. Well, how depends on how much of a trailer did it look like.
I don't remember. It's been a hot minute since I watched it. I'm lucky I even remembered that I'd seen that.
I remember one guy who did one. It was like really, really homemade. It was like really, janky. But I can't remember the guy's name. And he'd pull it in the weirdest places and set it up. But it's homemade trailer.
Well, most of that stuff, when you do things like that, it's going to be homemade or manufactured because these companies don't make items designed specifically for that application.
No, but the one I remember seeing is like it didn't look. It looked. You can tell it was manufactured. That he did it himself, and I know that Spankman Outdoors did one. Check out Spankman Outdoors. He might have done it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to drink me some water. Maybe that'll calm me down a bit. I think it was just too much sugar.
Okay. Well, Scott, we'll let you know. Once we get the property signed off and everything, and we get to do some upgrades on the things that need to be upgraded this winter, I am planning to come up your way. So you're going to have to deal with me showing up and just hanging out with you, whether you like it or not. I'll bring my hot tent set up and everything else.
Yeah, no, wait till it's off. It'll probably be chunked tomorrow.
And I want to make sure we have a chainsaw for the firewood too. So that's going to definitely be needed. Hey, Cliff, tuck your wings in.
Say what?
Tuck your wings in.
Dude, I can't. They do, every time I try, they just get worse.
Is it time for a haircut?
No, they're almost long enough that I can actually make it to my freaking rubber band.
How about David Rule?
No, I stopped looking.
Okay, the Dangy brothers did one, but they did more like there's like a pedicab type setup. Some people do better versions than others.
No, some people have more time on their hands to make them.
What about J-Stew? They actually have some good designs. I've watched J-Stew before.
Now that's... Oh, Jesus Christ. That pile's way bigger than I thought it was.
What is?
Howie's wood chip pile.
How big is it?
It's big.
You think
I'd say almost 6 foot high, probably 6-7 feet wide, and about 12-15 feet long.
How much you want to bet it's like 86 to 90 degrees on the inside of that pile?
Probably, because looks like he got him from the neighbor's house. God dang, that pretty much filled his whole driveway.
Oh, wow. Oh, I've been looking for that. I have no idea what that means. There, Scott. Now, what are you gonna? What's your plans for wintertime, though, Cliff? Once winter hits, you can't really garden in your yard anymore.
I mean, technically, I can.
Well, I mean, you got your greenhouse, obviously, but you're not, cutting down pallets and stuff like that. Okay, understandable. Oh, we're done at 10 anyway. There, Scott. I've been going since 7 o'clock.
As long as I got daylight, I can take down pallets. It doesn't matter.
No, I just thought it might be too cold for you.
I'm out there working. I'm basically still sweating. Dude, the most I ever wear in the wintertime over here is a freaking sweater or like a sweatshirt, and that is it. I don't normally wear anything else.
I need to get you a Christmas sweater that says, "What does a fox say?"
It says, go outside and do some laundry, touch some grass, and grow some plants.
Nothing wrong with that. Oh, man. Oh, by the way, Scott, for you in case you didn't know, I got approved for my SSDI. And I also got approved for them to check out my right knee because I've been having issues with that. So that means if they find a tear in that leg, they're going to have to repair it. And that means my final settlement is going to go up. Extra injuries and all. So these are lifetime payments for the rest of my life. So but that does mean with all this, the money coming in, I am basically making the same amount as I was on workman's comp. But I'm getting it at the beginning of the month, not the end of the month. Or across the month. Cliff, are you okay?
Yeah. Because I sat outside.
You literally just
4
sat
hours
there
in the sun.
staring at the screen. You're like, that's okay.
No, I'm
Hey,
definitely
dude,
tired.
I have fallen asleep, so I understand completely.
Yeah, I was at Toyota today for like 4.5 hours.
Toyota,
Toyota?
is what you said.
Yeah, the dealership had to go get my truck serviced.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, basic maintenance, whatnot.
Okay.
They
Tune-up,
tried to hit
oil
me with all
change.
kinds of other stuff, and I was like, I'm not paying $3,000 for all of this. No, thank you. I'll wipe out my bank account.
Right. At least you have a bank account. I will in a bit. So, but literally anything. I do know that my SSDI will basically cover any house payments that we have for the rest of my life without having to worry about it. So that's cool, at least. Then when the settlement comes in, I can pay the property off and all that fun stuff. Then actually have some money left over to actually upgrade things, like getting a better truck that actually has
Trade it in.
That's probably going to be why, if they'll accept it, because it is a 25-year-old truck, depending on when the settlement comes in.
Yeah, go to one of those push, pull, or drag it in sales.
No. I'm going to go to a dealership that has a certified used vehicle that I can afford, that it'll be able to tow a trailer that I want to get, a travel trailer that Jenny and I could use to go, explore the United States.
Yeah.
Because we're older now. We're going to be that couple. Because how else are we going to come visit our friends across the United States?
By teleportation device.
If that was a thing, I probably still wouldn't use it. I'll be like Dr. McCoy. I don't want to have my atom scattered across the universe.
You're not being transmogrified. You're being teleported. You're here and then you're there instantly.
He didn't like that either.
You're not having your genetic material dematerialized and then rematerialized somewhere else.
And that's the basic principle of teleportation, dude.
No, it's like a really slow tractor beam. Because you have to be deintegrated, then you got to be reintegrated.
Did you not see the first episode of Star Trek? That what was it called? The Next Generation.
Yeah.
When they brought Dr. McCoy, he was 131 years old, and he met Data at the because he got it shuttled in instead of using the transporters.
Because he doesn't like those things. He built them. He knows how they work.
No. He's a doctor. He knows what the science is. He just doesn't care for it.
Yeah, he don't like them. He just does not like them.
Or he looked at it. He didn't realize what Data was an android instead of you asked if he was a Vulcan or not. He said, "Your ears aren't pointed, son."
Damn, clean cut.
To see Johnny is going to be a pain. Why is that there, Scott?
That would suck trying to teleport over there. You end up teleporting in the middle of the water. And then bam,
Knowing my luck, I would teleport 10 feet up or 10 feet below the surface.
Well, 10 feet above is not that bad.
Oh,
10 feet below is going to suck some real donkey.
Well, at least underwater, it won't hurt as much.
You assume you're going to make it to the water.
I don't even think I could make it that far.
That's why I'm saying 10 feet's not that bad. That's a standard second-story window. But 10 feet below, that's going to be where the problem's at.
No, the problem is whether you're above land or you're above water.
Yeah.
If you're above water, that's not that bad. But if you're, well, even then that can be because, with a bad knee, unless you know how to
10 feet on
dive,
water's like you would be like your standard high dive.
you still have to do it right, land right. Otherwise, you're going to pancake like a,
You might belly or back flop. Yes, it's going to hurt.
Oh, I bet.
But you got 10 feet to figure out whether or not you got to go down straight or do a corkscrew.
I can't go neat legs first. Not anymore.
And then you just do the old-fashioned cannonball.
Can't do that because I can't bend my knees.
Tuck and drop.
I'm going to do this, just dive in.
In 10 feet, you ain't going to be able to reorient yourself to that position.
Divers do it all the time.
They're trained to do that. You're not a trained professional.
I know how to dive. I know how to dive.
I know how to dive too, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be able to correct myself going from a vertical to an upside down in 10 feet.
You can.
Not without any forward momentum. You're just going to be out there and just like a rock.
Yeah. Well, we're 1 minute out there, Cliff.
Yep.
Guys, thank you all for coming. Thank you, Cliff, for coming up and joining me up here. I hope, by the way, he's going to probably promote the potato soup he got from Four Patriots because that's a lot of food, as he said. I'm not a scuba diver, but I was trained by one until my brother blew my left eardrum when he punched me in the ear. So I can't dive anymore. That sucks. But I'm going to say be well, be safe. Thank you guys for coming. Check out Cliff on Saturday at 7:30.
Yeah.
That'll be 6:30 or your time, right?
6:30 my time, unless I go later. Well, it depends, but yeah, it should be 6:30 ish.
That's Mountain Time, folks. So, any last words, Cliff?
Yes.
That's the last word. Okay.
Don't pee on an electrical socket while staring at the sun.
That works too. Be well, be safe. We love you all. We're out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Clam slippers.